Okay, let's have some fun.
As interpreter for the few, it is in my position to deliver a bit of background on some of the basic philosophies a display of this type embody. We transmit polydimensional and in accordance with certain supernatural standards set many a millennium ago. In the interest of 100% effectiveness and long-lasting rememorization, it has been decided that the few only be exposed through auditory faculties. We have found that certain conceptions, certain means of projection, certain instrumentalities merely hinder communication conciseness by altering the initial effect of a message criteria. We do realize this is not done intentionally, but for the most part is an ill effect associated with full-scale communication. We have learned through eons of transmissions that by restricting the mode of projection, basic understanding by the message receiving area is enhanced greatly. Both sight and sound are intricate entities within themselves and are much too easy to distort. Controlling the effects of one or the other is a tremendous accomplishment and quite difficult to attain. We feel it is necessary that the receiver be allowed to entirely focus both their basic and primary energies on the crux of a message, to acquire true and complete interpretation. We are presently amongst the inhabitants of this dimension in time to sort of accentuate on the all-importance of perfect order at this level. In the entirety of existence, everything has its crux set to a supreme routine of sequence. A sequence so omnipotent that anything in its opposition is thwarted, both absolutely and without fail. We have witnessed entire lifestyles thoroughly eliminated merely from the backlash associated with going against supernatural law. Yes, we have seen complete social environments dissipate from the combination of internal disorders clashing head-on with this grandiose energy. Throughout time, we have delivered this particular message to individual lifestyles that could be anticipated traveling the course, which would only be finalized with total demolishment. There have been many that have listened and heeded, rerouting their direction through internal remodification. Then, too, there have been those who gave the deaf ear, even as liquidation was upon them. We can only say to the inhabitants of this area, take control of your region by returning order in an orderly fashion, as to stay in line and in the same direction with the supernatural scheme of things. To think that bickering is an appropriate interaction merely puts this dimension at odds end with the rest of existence, which could prove to be most devastating in itself. It is imperative that this region refrain from positioning itself against the supernatural flow, or immediate and total catastrophe from a much more tremendous force is very probable. Mankind reinstate in this area the orderly way of life.
These days
While undergoing our positivity observation, it never fails to amaze the few of the increase in the number of entities coming to the realization that they, and only they, control the direction of their destiny. Although positive proportions continue to maintain a lower representation than their negative counterparts, with the advancements that we witnessed, positivity is merely a reality that's waiting to happen. We have observed lifestyles taking a turn for the better simply by acknowledging the fact that it is up to the individual to steadily and continuously strive for self-betterment. There are supernatural societies that have grasped these philosophies and transformed from the possibility of extinction to becoming the most flourished cultures in existence today. Such an overwhelming metamorphosis is accomplished not by collective numbers of individuals pulling together for a common cause, but by the individual pulling its own strengths together and, in effect, creating common cause. To the few of the posse, we see this as very promising to affect the serenity that existence so desperately needs. Yes, hello good people. Keep up the good work.
Together, we both be